Welcome back, everyone. Have a new mini series coming to the channel. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this one as much as I did creating it with none other than community member, long-standing patron, Dalton Jett. Welcome, Dalton.
How's it going? Happy to be here. Happy to show you how it's done.
Wow. Okay, so he's already coming in hot with some fiery words of being our first community challenger. That's what this series is. Little mini series here on the channel. Not super dedicated to doing this very regularly, but if something cool, a cool concept comes up where one of my community members wants to, well, challenge me to a duel, so to speak, I can accept it or I can decline it, right? And I decided I was going to do this one because I thought it sounded really fun. We are going to be taking control of two franchises in Madden 24. Dalton's going to be one team, I'm going to be the other. We're going to duke it out. We're going to battle on who has the best draft, who's built the best team over the course of this series. However many seasons that this lasts, not really sure. You guys can let us know if you want more, if you want to be a little bit quicker. You guys can let us know in the comment section. But at the end of the series, you guys are going to determine who was the better team, who was the better GM, who drafted better, who built their team the best to create that dynasty. So without further ado, let's get it underway. I will be the New England Patriots. They've been one of my favorite franchises for quite some time. And yes, I was a Patriots guy before the dynasty. Okay, I'm old here. All right, guys. And we got some things to cover because Mac Jones, I'm not a believer in Mac Jones. I'm really not. He's a 69 overall player. We got draft capital. We got some moves that we can make here. So you guys, Dalton, will be the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can build up a team here with this old team, Kirk Cousins 35. But we got Jay Jettas at 24 and Jordan Addison at 21. So we've got some youth, and now we just got to see what we can do with it and see if we can build something that'll last.
You guys are going to be looking to replace Kirk Cousins, and we will be looking to replace Mac Jones. If you couldn't tell by now, we are in the offseason, so our starting point for this mini-series was the offseason. Well, it was actually the playoffs of a year ago, and we will be entering into the draft here very, very quickly. So we're going to get through our free agent signings and our re-signs and move on from there. You guys will bring back Dalton Risner, Marcus Davenport, Darisaw. You picked up an option on them. And, of course, the CPU signed some guys from the practice squad. So let's get into free agency really quick. Right tackle, Jermaine Ulamanor. Right? Is that right, Dalton?
I mean, it's a Luminor, but, yeah, close enough.
All right, I'll take that. We don't really have a right tackle to speak of. We got 63 overalls. We got 66 overalls in there. I felt like that was a good position to go target. We're going to sign Tart Dicker, because we need a kicker, Dicker the kicker, and Michael Burton, Mr. Utility fullback. Now, for Minnesota, I will show you guys, because it is hard to do this with two teams in the franchise, since I'm the one recording all my stuff. But talk about your free agent signings here, Dalton.
Yeah, went out and signed some guys that I felt like needed another chance to shine and be the player that they should have been.
You guys got James Houston, got Fairburn in there. So it was a pretty good haul for you guys, shoring up that defense, especially with Isaiah Simmons. Now for us, the Pats, we're looking at some trade offers for Matthew Judon. I've always been a Judon guy, but man, in this type of rebuild, we are not really going anywhere. I wanted to see what the options were. We could bring in Jake Matthews, who has got a pretty friendly contract. He has 0 penalty if we decide to cut him. And he's got 3 years left remaining on his contract. So it's very, very player-friendly. And you guys ended up making some trades, too. You're getting a lot of draft capital.
Yeah, went ahead and shipped off to Neil Hunter and Harrison Smith to see if we can bolster our future. Nothing extravagant, no firsts or anything. But we went out and got some more picks to build our future.
Looking at a little mock draft here. They've got Drake May going to the Giants. Caleb Williams going to the Falcons. That would be interesting, but probably not going to happen in real life because Kirk Cousins is there, which he's not here in this little mini-series. All right, so with the first overall pick in the draft, Marvin Harrison going to the Chicago Bears. Do you all think that's going to happen? Maybe, possibly. Joe Alt's going to go to the Cardinals, and we're on the clock now. So Drake May, interesting player to say the least. He's a top 5 projection. I don't know what the talent level is, but we're going to take him anyway. I feel like he is the best quarterback available. That might throw some people off. I do really like Drake May. You could have gone with Jaden Daniels there. You could have gone Caleb Williams there, but we all know the issue with Caleb Williams, right? Everybody's talking about Caleb's carelessness with the football. But now you guys are up. He's not available. He went to Atlanta. What are you guys thinking to do here?
I mean, I think we need to get our quarterback of the future. We need to go find our guy, and I think that's what we're going to do here with Jaden Daniels. How can you go wrong? Heisman winner and a guy with a big arm. I mean, he's got everything that we need to be successful.
Michael Penix Jr. going to go to the Colts. Bo Nix going to go to the Seattle Seahawks. And Cooper DeJean going to my Lions. Love that. Now, pretty interesting guy here, Ladd McConkey. Very good route runner. I like Ladd McConkey, but he's falling in the draft. So I'm looking at wide receiver. Do we necessarily need one? Not really, but I want to give Drake May another weapon. We've got a lot of young guys in our wide receiving core, but I really like Keon Coleman. He was a former Michigan State Spartan. He's a Florida State Seminole right now, but you look at that wide receiver crew, and I'm good with it, but we could get a little bit better because nothing's really speaking to me right now. Other than cornerback is another position that I like to take in round 2, maybe round 3. You start taking late round corners, so then you're starting to mess with, like, the guy's not fast enough, he's not agile enough. But we're pretty loaded there as well. So maybe I do want to wait a little bit. We're fairly young there too. Tavondre Sweat, a defensive tackle that I really like out of Texas. He's a big dude as well. And man, that strength is great according to Madden with the ratings. He's solid acceleration, so the guy can move for a big dude. And then Xavier Leggett from South Carolina. This guy, wow. Elite speed, elite acceleration, 4.3. Like, dude, I'm pretty torn right now. It's either Xavier Leggett or it's Keon Coleman. And I think I'm going to go with Keon Coleman. Only because I think he's got that playmaking ability and he could be a factor for us. Leggett, he's a beast. He's a physical freak, right? He's an athlete. But you guys are going to take Adisa Isaac.
Yeah, we really wanted Chop Robinson here, but instead we'll take his counterpart over at Penn State and get the just as athletic Adisa Isaac.
J.J. McCarthy going to the Eagles, Tavondre Sweat going to the Kansas City Chiefs, and then it's back to our Patriots here. And, the funny thing is if you look back at draft classes, the Patriots and the Giants, they tend to have a love affair with Michigan Wolverines. I don't know what it is, but we're going to take a Michigan guy here, Michael Barrett. You guys are going to take Brandon Dorius here, very highly rated player out of Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, he was a freak. We liked him. We liked him from the initial jump, and then same thing with Braylon Allen there. We just really liked him. He has all the tools that we need for our team right now.
You think he's going to jump in to start?
Well, I mean, what else do we have at running back? There ain't much. And then Brandon Dorius, I mean, I think he's got, all the tools to be an elite pass rusher in this league.
All right, well, and plus he shored up that defense too, so it's a good addition to get a young defensive speed rusher like that. So we're also going to take another Michigan man here, Mike Sanistril, and I really like his athleticism right there, his numbers there, the speed, the acceleration, the agility. That's not bad for a cornerback down that low. We will make another trade here with the Raiders to trade and swap some draft picks. You guys will take a wide receiver here, Johnny Wilson out of Florida State. So he's huge. He's like 6'7". That's crazy. So you got another wide receiver weapon there for Jaden Daniels. Ladd McConkey is still up on the board, but I'm kind of balancing whether or not we want a right tackle here for the future or if we want to go bite the bullet on Ladd. We're going to go with Caden Wallace here. I liked what he was bringing to the table, but he's going to be a project right tackle for sure. So we'll see how his development's going to go and go from there. But Ladd is now still out there. Acceleration 93, change of direction 90, and 88 speed. He is definitely a slot type of receiver. So I like that pick. He's going to be a project as well. You guys will take Steel Chambers here. And that'll be it for the draft coverage. And we're just going to now do a quick slow scroll here just to show you the results. Who were some of our best ads, if you will. Ladd McConkey's at 74. That's a pretty good ad right there down in the lower half of the draft. Now, you guys, Jaden Daniels, 75. Isaac is solid, too. You guys look like you got a pretty good draft, too.
Yeah, very, very happy. I mean, no big overalls, no one super crazy or anything, but Jaden Daniels is going to come in and be a day one starter for us, so very excited. Adisa Isaac here, super athlete. I mean, not like as good as Chop Robinson, but he's got all the tools. Brandon Dorius, hidden dev. Not a super athletic guy, but he's a good run stopper and he can rush the passer in situations. And then Braylon Allen, just a good all-around running back. What is there to complain about?
That's a good point with Braylon Allen. Like, you just look at all of his skills right there, his attributes, and it's just like, it just comes off the charts. It's eye-popping. It's like, whoa, he's well-balanced in everything. And then, of course, there's Johnny Wilson, who, man, at 6'7", he's going to be a playmaker for you.
Oh, yeah, excited to see what Johnny Wilson can do. And then, of course, you draft on traits and, 6'7", if that's a trait, I'm in. At wide receiver with that athleticism, can't beat it. And then you just, some more depth pieces here. Brandon Coleman, Devondre, these guys, they're just kind of guys that are going to fill holes and see if they can do more. Maybe they can grow a role. Justin Rogers, big boy. I think he's going to slide into D tackle for us. And then Malachi Corley, the steal of the draft here. Just a freak, man. Not a very big guy, but he's got all the traits.
It's actually hilarious because when we were doing that live together and then you came across like Malachi Corley's a hidden dev, it's like, what the heck, dude? Where did that come from? But yeah, there's Xavier Leggett, 96 speed, 96 acceleration, and then Tavondre Sweat was a hidden dev. So, I mean, where we took some of our players, where we could have gotten Sweat, where we could have gotten Leggett, those guys were hidden devs anyway. So it's not like I'm losing anything, but man, I think we were right on with the scouting. We're also looking at Blake Corum. We were looking at Xavier Worthy. Those guys were also hidden devs. We do need a running back, and Blake Corum was just another guy that I was looking at. And then Chris Abrams-Drain. God, 73 hidden dev. Cornerback, we were looking at corners. That would have been really nice to have. But there's Drake May, 65 awareness, 78 short accuracy. That is something that is going to be brutal in simulation, and we definitely got to be on the lookout for that as we try to upgrade Drake May to be a big-time starter for us. Sanistrell's a normal, Michael Barrett's a normal, but we did have the hidden dev there with Keon Coleman. Caden Wallace is a normal, so it's really not a draft that's like going to stand out to anybody, I don't think, but it really got the job done for what we needed, and I think this is going to be a good core, good base for us going into this mini-series as we move forward in the next few seasons. Frank Gore Jr. is another guy that we drafted here. Again, kind of missing out on some of the top-tier running backs. I like Frank Gore Jr. I think he's going to be solid for us. And then we got McCallan Castles, a tight end that's looking pretty darn good. Going to definitely be building him up. And then Torrey Taylor, a punter. Yes, we drafted a punter with our last pick, so I got to love that. Now, look at Frank Gore Jr. here. Obviously, this is one of the easiest mini games in Madden, but this dude's got some speed, and it's one thing to be blown by a linebacker, but he's blowing by safeties. Like, he's got some speed to him, so I really like what I'm seeing out of Frank Gore Jr. Now, Keon Coleman going up against one of our top corners, Jonathan Jones, number 31 out there. He's looking pretty good so far. He's just burning him right now. Look at that. Off the line, off the press a little bit, and then he's gone. Boom. Love it. Love it. All right, so preseason is officially over, and our overall rating as a team has gone down, actually. So we're down to like a 79, 81. We're not very good, but we got a W here, 33-21. We did have one turnover, but our defense forced two off of Houston, so I'd love to see, who was involved into that. We had an interception from Drake May. No picks from CJ Stroud, so just must have been some ball security issues with Houston. Drake May had a pretty good showing. not bad for a rookie, honestly. Good running game as well. Ramondre Stevenson had a couple attempts there, right? Touchdown. Would have been good for fantasy. Mike Gesicki had a score as well. So really the tight end, that McAllen Castles guy, he's just a dude that's going to try to replace Gesicki eventually down the road. But Illuminor gave up a sack. Not too thrilled about that. Christian Gonzalez there with 7 tackles, one of our leaders on defense. TFL's Tavai Bentley, Dietrich Wise Jr. We've got some names here on defense. Hopefully these guys can kind of come together a little bit and shore up this Patriots defense here. Hopefully our additions there with Tart will definitely help out. And he also got half a sack as well. So if you guys are concerned about the Minnesota Vikings here, we will get a little update on them throughout the simulation here. Not going to go back and forth between their box scores and whatnot. Sorry, Dalton.
Hey, no worries, no worries.
But look at that. Drake May's out for 4 weeks. He just started playing, and you can see the effects of his absence. We're on a 5-game losing streak, and some of these losses have not been pretty. But you know what? Mac Jones played well in the last game against the Tennessee Titans. That's not going to help. And you know what? We're not showing it here, but Jaden Daniels is one of the best passers in all the game right now.
Yeah, no, Jaden Daniels is killing it so far this year. Very, very happy. I mean, Drake May looked really good to start it out, but see if this injury can affect him or if he's going to bounce right back up,
Of course, Xavier Leggett schooled us, right? We could have picked him over Keon Coleman, and he just absolutely destroyed us. We are 1-6 now, and we don't have Jones, we don't have Barmore, and we're losing yet again. So another loss here. And we're losing, some of these games we're losing close. Like it's not so much that we're getting blown to smithereens, but man, Drake May got into this game, but he had 2 picks. So it's like he got hurt again. So in his return, he still couldn't get it done. We will lose more games throughout the season. We did pick up 1 more win against the Cardinals, and we're all the way here to week 17. You guys, by the way, are rattling off wins, like a lot of winning streaks here. You guys are having a good year.
Yeah, it's a lot of close games, just coming down to the end, and we're pulling it out somehow. I mean, we sold all of our really good pieces, but somehow we're finding success behind that rookie arm.
Little playoff snapshot there. If you win, you get the number 2 seed in the NFC, and that's exactly what you guys did. So congratulations, Jaden Daniels got you to the postseason. That's crazy. Number 2 seed against Bo Nix and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm really shocked, actually. I didn't think it'd come around this quick, but very, very good season, and I'm excited to see how far we can get on this playoff run.
Drake May, his last game of his rookie season was a loss, but he played phenomenally well. Over 300 yards. I thought he played great. Little tune-up for you guys taking on those Seahawks. Jaden Daniels, there's that win against the Packers. 3 touchdowns and very efficient. So, end of season stats. Drake May, a lot of picks. That's an issue. I think it's coming down to his awareness level. It's like a 65 when we drafted him, and his short accuracy, which is kind of what we do. We do the dink and dunk West Coast offense. And if your short accuracy is terrible and your awareness is bad, that's not going to bode well for you in sim. So we really got to figure out how either A, to protect him or give him more weapons to where that accuracy issue, that awareness is not becoming an issue even further. Defensively, we weren't really that good. We didn't force a lot of turnovers. We didn't force a lot of sacks. It just, man, our 3-4 defense was getting gashed, So we definitely got to focus on that heading into the offseason, heading into this next draft. Sanistril, he had a pick. Yay. Rookie got a pick. Now look at Jaden Daniels, man. 4,200 yards, 30-plus touchdowns, single digits in picks.
Yeah, you can't beat the efficiency there for a rookie quarterback. And then Braylon Allen had a decent season for a rookie running back. Of course, Justin Jefferson being Justin Jefferson. Another good year there. Offensive line played really solidly. I mean, you can't complain there. Isaiah Simmons, look at that, man. What a signing. Not to pat myself on the back or anything, but...
Yeah, don't joke. Look at Brandon Dorius. 7 sacks. He had more sacks than like 3 of my guys combined.
Hey, man, that's just, you gotta be good at drafting, man.
Look at that. So already, right out of the gate, Dalton's kicking my butt. Vikings make the playoffs. Vikings have more hidden devs. Vikings are on the up and up. Look at that. Jaden Daniels was 3rd in passing yards in the entire NFL. And that efficiency, the 30 plus touchdowns to 8 picks, one of the best in the game.
Oh, yeah. 2nd in touchdowns, too. I mean, let's see if we can just continue to build. Maybe we get that first Super Bowl in the next couple of years. Let's see. Let's keep doing it. Keep bringing in more pieces and see where he takes us. I mean, look, he almost led the league in interceptions. So good start.
It's no secret. It was not a good year for Drake May. 21 picks, like 15 touchdowns, just not very good. But you guys will still continue the magical run with your rookie quarterback and get a playoff victory here. 27-6.
Yeah, I mean, Alexander Madison had a wonderful game too. Kind of surprised to see that, kind of a mid running back, but can't complain when you get some good showings out of people. And then offensive line played well. Brandon Dorius had a sack. Look at that, man. Josh Metellus with a sack, with an interception as well. Yep. I'm very, very happy with this performance and see if we can take down those Cowboys. And we didn't.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, man. The Cowboys are always tough in Madden. 28-17 loss. And Daniels didn't play too bad. A touchdown, no picks. I mean, what more can you ask from a rookie? Got some rushing yards in there too. But Michael Gallup looks like he really hurt you.
Yeah, it just goes to show that we have some things to work on still before we are a true contender to get out there and get us a Super Bowl and maybe make us a championship game here 2 or 3 times, Never know where we can get. Just keep growing from here and things will get better.
Of course, Jaden Daniels is a Pro Bowler in his rookie season. Justin Jefferson is in there too. I don't think that we had any Pro Bowlers at all. And I don't know why we would. We were 2-15, guys. We were 2-15. I don't think we deserve that whatsoever. Yeah, Darisaw was left tackle number 1. And I'm just really looking at the NFC side. Brandon Dorius is a left end 1. What is that?
Yeah, I mean, just lots of really good performances. You also missed Jordan Addison there as well. So we had a lot of guys that performed really well on a what should have been mediocre team, and that propelled us.
Jaden Daniels was 5th. He was a top 5 candidate for the NFL MVP. So we missed out. We took Drake May. We could have easily had a shot at Jaden Daniels. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Caleb Williams would have been in a better pick too. We don't know yet. Only time will tell and see if maybe Drake May can turn it around and be better for you. Guess time will see.
And then AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abrams Drain, another guy that, I was looking at him. I was highly considering him. Then when you skip over here to the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson was in 2nd. Jaden Daniels, again, in a top 5 contender for that award. Then, of course, Isaiah Simmons. Then Offensive Rookie of the Year, you had the top 2 guys, Braylon Allen and Jaden Daniels. I think I'm really up against it here to go against you with draft.
Well, I mean, that was only 1 year, I guess we'll see if I can keep up this pace. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Super Bowl victory for the Baltimore Ravens. They take out the Cowboys, so I like to see that. I'm not a Cowboys guy, and of course you lost to them, so I'm sure that that's a sweet feeling. We will fire our defensive coordinator because, again, we gave up just way too many points, and we're going to hire Mike Tomlin to be our defensive coordinator. So pretty interesting that he would settle for a coordinator job. Maybe he's just getting kind of exhausted of the head coach routine. That's the storyline that I'm going to play out. Now, we're going to head into the offseason for season 2 of this mini-series, this challenge, and we're definitely not going to be bringing back Mac Jones. We've already got our quarterback of the future. Mac was a good backup at that point. We will bring back Cole Strange as a option, a 5th-year option. David Andrews, very integral to our offensive line, so we'll try to bring him back. We also saw some running backs there. Ramondre Stevenson didn't really have any interest in us, and JaMychal Hasty was just a little old, in my opinion, to bring him back. So running back is, again, going to be a position that we focus on in free agency or the draft. A little bit more cheap option there with McDermott. He's not the best overall, but I don't anticipate going into the season with McDermott as a starting right tackle. I think that we're leaning towards that rookie right tackle. Maybe if something's in free agency that we can address there or draft, again, then we might do it. Now, into free agency, we're going to bring in Rasul Douglas to shore up that cornerback spot. Jabril Peppers actually didn't re-sign with us in the re-sign phase. He wanted to test free agency. Only has one team interested, which is us right now. He will end up signing. Spoiler. We'll also go out and get Robert Spillane, good coverage linebacker, so I love this move. And then we also found Rob Havenstein just sitting out there too. It wasn't asking for a ton of money as an 81 overall. He's a very solid right tackle, good veteran presence there. Might as well go out and bring him in here. Now, quarterback, by the way, we addressed third string quarterback with Tagovailoa with Tua's brother. So I like the move. I want to see how he's going to do. Maybe we can develop him. Probably not, but it's just fun to think about. Now, for you guys, the Vikings were not really super active in free agency. They did get Kenny Clark, but overall it was a pretty quiet offseason for the Vikings. They just really focused on quality versus quantity.
Yeah, I mean, we just went out and we got some older guys, some pieces that hopefully can push us over the top and see if we can make it a little further this next season in the playoffs. You know, you only need a couple more pieces from what I saw, and hopefully we'll get where we need to be.
You know what's funny is that I saw this guy, Jawar Jordan, out of Louisville. His speed, his acceleration numbers, man, I like that. I know we just drafted Frank Gore Jr., but look at that. 86 agility, 96 acceleration, 79 carrying, and ball carrier vision, not that bad either. I kind of like him as a potential option. Now, we, of course, own the number 1 draft pick. We went 2-15. They think that Marlon Clay is our guy out of Texas. Power rusher. The top 5 projection, round 1 talent. So that's a little scary to me. Elite jumping, elite change of direction, elite in a lot of areas. He definitely seems like the number 1 pick. But are we so bad that we need to trade out? That's the question, guys. I also like this center, Sean Short, that we can kind of move around. Feels like he's agile enough to play guard. But guys, that's going to do it for the video here. Leave a like if you like this thing. We will see you back here for the draft of Season 2. Can we get Drake May some help? Can the Vikings, of course, build on their success going into the next season with a potent offense with Jaden Daniels and Justin Jefferson? Leave a like if you like this thing, guys. I will see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.